How's it going? How are you? Oh, I'm pretty bad because I just died to a bullshit again. Fucking enraged golems. I never read the modifier. But this build is pretty good. I like it. I'm super tanky. Super tanky. I don't do as much damage as my other build, but I'm way tankier. And it's a Paladin. So. We're blocking 90% block. It's pretty good. Well, you can get sigils on anything else, as long as you have points. It's the Holy Aura that's only for Paladin. Pretty good though. Not a... Oh. The classic. I just got here. What is the point of Abyssal Echo on this build? I'll show you. Look at this number. And now look at ignite damage. 180. Okay, we're gonna use echoes now. Keeps going up. So my base damage for ignite goes from 80 to like 300. Just with echoes. And I think I'm also using it because I have a passive. I don't remember which one it is, but I have a passive that... Oh yeah, I remember now. Well, I don't have it yet, but you also need a spell because you want to have the ignite after using a spell. We're very tanky. I have 90% block. Well, and this node right here is absolutely busted because it can stack forever. I got to 16k protections like right just now. I also got the word on block and I have 90% block. So basically we need a spell. This is a spell, obviously, because I'm not gonna always be casting sigils, right? Because they last for a long time. For this. So now eventually I'm gonna get the 4 points here, get these 7 points here, and I'm probably gonna get this because sigils gives me the healing, so I can get this, and then I'm probably end up maxing this and putting maybe an extra point here or something like that. Probably gonna be the total combination. I don't need more armor actually. I like this a lot, but I don't actually need it. And I got this is like busted if you're using a shield, and we got enough points here just to get to echoes. I tried other stuff instead of echoes, but I lost so much damage. Like echoes is all my damage. I'm using manifest weapon and on vengeance I'm using this thing, the iron blades, and all of those are yeah, but I mean it's the only forge guard I'm using, and those are not forge guard, right? Those are for everyone. You can get that on everything. Like the broken stuff about forge guard is the stuff on top. This is for everyone, right? So I don't really count this. Same with this, right? There's a lot of good stuff on all of this. Like for example, I tried this. And this was by far the most damage I was doing, because obviously all of these are future strikes and they count as a melee hit. So they were proccing my manifest weapons from idols. They were proccing my my manifest weapons on melee hit. And but I have to invest so much points that I kind of like maybe I'll probably try a version of this with that is not a paladin. It's just like if you go paladin, I feel like I want to use all of this paladin stuff. Like I want to get all the block shit and play around with block. And if I do that, you basically just ignore block if you want to do that, which could work, by the way. But I feel like I wanted to do something different and not just use the. Like this sounds so good. Like the 10%, because you can stack it 3 times, but I don't know if I can afford all the points. 15 points. Maybe I put a couple, we'll see what I do. I definitely need 4 here, so I'm gonna get these 4 first. Right now I'm only lacking damage on these guys. On single target, like I'm really lacking, but everything else I'm like melting, because I have so many procs. So I'm gonna be using the Ignite on Belt. I mean, it's not that bad, but everything else I melt. It's just like the big new enemies. Everything else I melt. Golems I also. It's more like the Maruna Giants. I think they have like higher fire resistance just because they're like water, you know? Like some enemies have like higher resistances to a certain type of. So those guys are really hard to kill, but everything else I just melt. It looks pretty cool with the manifest weapon and the. It's like 4th of July. They're like. And I got up to like 1k worth just with the shield node later, before, when I got hit like in a high wave. So, pretty cool. Like my life is actually going up just by blocking. And I need to craft a shield, right? Because what you want is you want a shield with block chance and health gain on block. So if I get that on my shield with the damage mitigation, obviously, on block, I think it's just gonna be literally impossible to die. And you actually need to be a paladin for this, because you want the Holy Aura nodes. So it's actually something that ForgeGuard can do, which is pretty nice, right? And again, it's just so tanky. Like if you watch my prods when I get hit, right? Look at my protections, just going up. Look. Just look at my protections. Look at my I have 9,000 fire, 10,000 fire protection. When my normal protections are 2k. Look. look. How broken is that node? Like I never looked at it into. I mean, I knew it was broken, but yeah, that node only gave me 11,000 protections, boys. Oh, man. I feel like there's so many shit that people just haven't played with or something, because I don't understand why I'm not seeing this more. Like, that node is so broken. I never heard anyone mention it. I guess no one really plays Sentinel that much, right? It's not very popular, Sentinel, compared to... I don't know. And that's like at wave 30, right? Like hitting, and there was like 8 archers, because it's by hit, right? The more you get hit, the more you block and the more you get. Holy shit. Okay, I didn't expect this. He had increased damage and briefly gains damage when hit. So I should have been careful. It's fine. It's a shame that obviously I don't get hit by that, because they're dots, right? So they don't proc it. I should be okay. I'm gonna get more fire protection very soon. because I still have to put the points here, which get me a shit ton of fire protection. So I feel like I should just be fucking immortal once I'm done with this. It's gonna be way slower than Turbo Vengeance, but pretty cool. I can see this being very good at doing Monolith. Just because it's gonna be... dying with this in Monolith is just gonna be so hard. You gotta be so unlucky to die. Like with the... I can already tell you, this guy can do like 100 Monoliths, no problem right now. Without any changes. Just because the enemies are not as tanky in Monolith as they are in Arena if you avoid the HP nodes, right? And you're gonna have enough damage. The damage was meh, it's gonna be fine, I think. Oh shit. I got pretty cocky there. And it's not, the damage is not bad. Look at how fast I killed the beetle. Just like some of the new enemies have a lot of fire resist, apparently. Because the beetle died just fine. And we're immortal, so again, I take it. And we still have a lot of ways to increase our damage, because we have a lot of damage to grab still in the passives. Like we're gonna get like 100 and something % chance to ignite now with our next points, so it's gonna be pretty big, right? Because right now we don't have, we had a bit of ignite chance, but it's not crazy. Like we have like close to 300 with melee attacks. Actually a bit more now. Yeah, we actually have like 300 something. So we're gonna get more close to like 500 when we're done. So pretty good. But again, all the shit, like you can see, like all the trash mobs just get one-shotted. And again, I'm fucking immortal, so the only thing that can kill me right now is the golems, because I don't have enough fire prot. Everything else, and these guys could kill me too if I stand on the cold thing. But everything else, I feel like I should be just fine. So I can die to dots, basically. But everything else, I feel like I'm immortal. Like things like archers and any other enemy. Just the dots can kill us. Look, like they heal me. Like the wisps literally heal me. Did you see? I think those attacks are dots, right? There's something weird with those attacks. Because I didn't get hit that many times to proc like 300 worth. It feels like... Or they're like segment... Like the hitbox like hits you twice or something? Like... I don't know what's going... I was doing testing yesterday against wisps, like in Monolith. And it seems like they were doing different damage to me based on the distance. But I have no idea. I don't know if I can confirm this or not. Because I didn't do proper testing. It was a bit scuffed testing. It seems to me like if they were hitting me at max range, they would hit me for like 150. And if they were hitting me at melee range, they were hitting me for 20. Without me using Vengeance or any ability, just standing still. Right? So... And I had crit avoidance. So it's not like I got crit or anything like that. Really weird. Like my life doesn't move. It's like great. Probably gonna be a Monolith. Not for Arena because it's pretty slow, but for Monolith, if what you wanna do is just wanna push very high Monolith to find like gear, I think this build is gonna be like much better than Turbo Vengeance, for example. Because with Turbo Vengeance, like you're jumping around a lot and it's very easy to make a mistake in Monolith. With your, and it's kind of annoying, volatile reversal in Monolith because you just want to go forward, right? But with this, you're just a fucking tank and you can go like group by group, you can fight all the bosses, no problem. And again, it's like you won't take damage. I bet we can do... I don't know how much we're gonna push. I bet we can do like at least 250 this push right now. It might take a while. And again, I could just switch to do Vengeance with damage, honestly, if I wanted to. But so I could do exactly the same, but instead of going Ignite, just go hit damage and crit. And it probably do more damage at the moment, just how Vengeance works. But again, I wanted to try something different. And just in case they, you know, I'm also thinking ahead, you know, because if they, imagine if they nerf like Vengeance now damage or whatever, like at least I can like have like a alternative build that I can do, and I just don't like, you know, all my gear goes to waste or whatever. That fucking sucked when they nerfed my Lich build, because I basically all the gear that I made for that character is basically useless now. Because it was Ward gear, and obviously Ward right now is not the best, right? But I mean, you can see, you kill everything just fine. It's not a rank 1 DPS, but it can definitely push 300, like when you're properly leveled. And I don't know what idols. I mean, I'm gonna get Manifest Weapon, because obviously every time you Manifest Weapon, you proc all your ignites. Because you have your Vengeance, your Repost, and your Manifest Weapon, and your Blades that are like flying around, and your Divine Bolts. So all of that is applying Ignite. And again, it's like my health doesn't even move. It goes up instead of going down. Because I'm taking less damage than the ward I'm making. Kind of crazy. I'm actually like just generating health. And again, because you ignite so much, I think I got to 140 today. You're gonna pass on the tourney? What, this week? Or is there a tourney this weekend? Like tomorrow? Or are we doing like a week break for the weekend for the hardcore tournament? How does that work? Is there a tournament this weekend or? And what is it? Because if I play on the hardcore tournament, it's Lich. But why are we doing those 2 tournaments in a row? That's too much commitment. And I wanna be in the hardcore one. There's no way I'm gonna do Lich anyway. Lich Harvest, yeah. I don't wanna suffer.
You taste wonderful.
Hey, what's up, dude? How are you? It was pretty fun watching you play, getting better at the game. Thanks for the follow, man. I'm trying a build that is not as good, but it's very, very tanky, my build. You're gonna see what... I'll show you what happens, but I'm basically using one node with a shield that I found pretty interesting. You can see I'm making ward on a Sentinel by block. I'm running 90% block. And, well, you can see my protections. I have 10k armor. Just, I don't know. Slowly getting better, yeah. I think that's what I really like about this game too. I feel like in a lot of RPGs, when I play, for example, when I played PoE, I never really got the sense that I got better. I just got the sense that I was doing things right, because people were telling me how to do it right. But I never got that sense of getting better. I just thought, okay, now I learned that I gotta do this, or I gotta get these notes, or... but the gameplay never changed, like, you know, like, mechanically, nothing changed. It's just like, you just walk, you just press W. I don't know. And in this game, you can just feel like if you put time into it, that you can get so much better. So again, this build doesn't do as much damage. It's not really fast, but it is tanky, let me tell you. Look at my protections, just going up. These guys are motherfuckers. The thralls. These enemies, as a sorcerer, you're gonna hate them. I guess I'm just lazy. I mean, this weekend tournament sounds horrible, and I wanna play in the hardcore tournament, so I'm not gonna get burned out in the weekend. I play the hardcore tournament. We do some community events, so that's what we're talking about. There's a streamer called Vision, and he organizes like some events just for fun, you know, so people can test builds. And it's actually funny because we always discover some stupid shit. Because they basically force you to play like underplayed builds. So kind of funny. But you have to play it solo, on a solo character. So everyone's you do it like one weekend, and the person who pushes higher in the arena like wins. I wonder how much damage I'm taking by this guy. Oh, can't test. I was gonna expect he was doing like 3 damage to me. These guys are doing 4 damage, so that's why I mentioned protections are better. You see the damage I'm taking? They're doing 20 damage to me. These guys, I can just like... If you didn't have protections, right? Even if you had 2k HP, these guys would be hitting you for more than 200, so... Protections are way better. You can scale protections pretty much infinitely. Like you know, like you can see, like I made my protections go from 5k to like 10k just with like using my spells properly, right? Look, you can see, and you can't really do that with HP. There's not abilities that scale with HP. The only thing you can do with HP is add a bit of ward on top of it, and it's very limited, right? You can only... It's hard to get a lot of protections? Not really. I mean, you're not gonna get as high as this, but you can get a lot of protections. Like my Sork has a lot of protections. I can show you my Sork when I die if you want. If you're still around. Just so you can see. For example, just using set elemental protections, which are these rings here, like the tier 5 set elemental protections, you can see like, look, 1.6, 900, one ring, right? Because of how they multiply. And I have like 3 set elemental protections, right? So, and I don't have anything else really in protections. Like my gear, I look at like my gear. I don't have any other protections, and I got like almost 2,000 with nothing else. And that has nothing to do with your passives, right? That's just like your gear. Yeah, I'd like to. Alright, I'll show you. I don't know if it's actually geared. I probably have to transfer. Because I have a few characters and I don't have enough gear to have everyone like properly equipped. So a lot of things go, you know, like I have to transfer from character to character. But you can get an idea of what you should be aiming for. Or, I mean, you can go for the... I also done HP route, you know. If you want to do HP route also, I don't know. You could try, well, it's a lot of work actually. But I used to, when I was doing HP, I used one type of affix that gives you a shit ton of HP. That they're like the 2x1s HP idols, and they give you flat HP with percentage HP. And obviously the shit part about that is that you have to give up damage slots on your idols. Holy fuck, the FPS. Well, I mean, I am immune. Like I don't have to. I don't need to do anything. And again, there's a lot of mechanics. For example, there's a lot of mechanics that allow you to, for example, if you could get this, right? On Sorcerer, this is like super good because you can see 80% of the damage is taken as fire, right? And if you combine it with this, which makes increases your fire protection by 100%, and you don't take void damage. So you can see, like, if I take this off, like I'm losing 1,200 fire protection. Just look, just with one piece, right? And I can completely ignore void, and then I get a bit of necro, a bit of poison, and that's it. And I have the conversion, so my gear is pretty bad because you can see I have void that I shouldn't have. I don't even know where it is. Well, I have void here, you can see, because I just like made this character like today, pretty much. Well, like a few days ago. It's not even, I'm leveling still. Yeah, I think with my Lich I got to like what, like 3k HP or something like that. But it depends. And you could say, I mean, it doesn't do like the crazy damage that my other build is doing, but this guy is way tankier. Just because of the 90% block. And basically, I don't know if you know how block works, right? But basically you have a thing called block effectiveness. You probably knew if you read the description, but basically when you block at a hit, the block effectiveness you have gets added to your protections. So if I have 3,000 protection, right, and I block, on top of this protection I add my block protection, right? So I don't have 2,000, I actually have like almost 5k. So I'll try to show you. Like I'll try to leave one enemy alive or something, so we can illustrate like the difference of damage. Do I leave I'll leave the bear. Oh, there's 2 bears, perfect. Oh, 4 bears. I'll try to leave one alive. Or maybe I just leave the eagle. I just leave the eagle. This is so annoying. I'll kill the eagle then. Okay, actually what we wanted. Kill the eagle. Okay. So you can see if I block, I'm taking 36, right? 44 now, whatever, right? Because I'm losing armor, right? If I don't block, I take 55, right? As we saw there. Let's see if we don't block. 57. So if I block, I'm reducing a lot. And if I vengeance, right? 16 instead of 65. Because vengeance gives me the damage, the crazy damage mitigation, right? So if I vengeance, I'm actually taking 12 damage. So a hit that should be hitting me with 90% protections, 460, right? It's hitting me for 11. So... and not only that, but if I block, I make ward. So you can see, I can like literally stand still. And I'm making HP, right? Look. Obviously, when it gets higher, I actually have to play. But right now, it's just so tanky. And all of this, most of these things that I'm doing, just come with the passives, and like, it doesn't even have anything to do with the gear. I mean, obviously the gear is gonna make you do it better, right? But for example, this thing that I'm doing with the ward and stuff, it's just like my skill setup. So there's nothing to do with the gear. It's like a bit like adding Wilson too. I played Wilson quite a bit actually. I think, okay, Wilson was very broken, right? But I actually think it wasn't that, I mean, I just played single player when it released. Because I knew the servers were gonna be shit. So I didn't get burned just by like not logging in for 3 days, right? I just played offline and I enjoyed the campaign chilling. Because the game actually worked pretty flawlessly to me in single player. Aside from the passives not working and so on, like bug-wise, the game worked fine for me, so I don't know. Just on dodge instead of block, yeah. And this build runs zero dodge, right? And what you do instead, I get the ignite chance on potion. So you can see my ignite chance, right? We have 80, but it's actually more, right? But when we potion, it's 300. And we actually have 200 ignite on melee hit. And we also have like more ignite here. And we're gonna get more ignite there. So we're gonna end up having like 600 fucking chance to ignite. It's gonna be pretty nice. So that's how we're skill our damage. We don't need to worry, you know, like just with ignite. And again, it's not like the most flashy damage. But if you don't die, they're gonna die eventually, right? Yeah, sometimes you don't need... not all builds are meant to go fast. This build is probably gonna be good for Monolith. Just because when you're doing Monolith, you wanna run the tankiest you can run. Because obviously you wanna get to high Monolith before dying, right? For example, my Turbo Vengeance is not as good for doing Monolith, just because it's not as practical, and you can actually die by some enemies in Monolith. And I feel like this guy is just a tank. It might take a few minutes to clear the map, but he's gonna get to Monolith 100 or whatever you wanna take him, like no problem, so... And he's a Paladin. No one really plays Paladin that much, so... You know. I have a perfect vision of that katana. Yeah, it's the Eye of Rin. You have a perfect version. Oh, that's pretty good then. Mine is pretty much perfect. I have a 40 with 197. So it's like 3% off with all the flat damage. I have two of them actually pretty good. I have one that is like this one, but it's 39 damage instead of 40. This is the main issue. Like, for whatever reason, it really struggles with... but I think it's gonna get better once I get all the ignite chance. 199? Well, almost perfect then. Almost perfect. But yeah, I wanted to play something different. The only thing that can kill me right now is fire, because my fire prot is not as high, and fire enemies are like super busted compared to the other type of enemies. It's funny that you came literally the only day that I'm actually playing a build that is not like super GG. But I'm standing on the dot. The more health really fucks us. So tanky. I wish we had a mechanic like Crashing Blow, like in Diablo 2, for builds like this, just to kill tanks, you know? Like some sort of mechanic that did percentage damage. You can see these guys are doing 5 damage to me, like, and just like healing of them. This could be a pretty good build also if you're playing like multiplayer, right? Because I'm starting to think about multiplayer because it's obviously gonna come pretty soon. And for example, if you're doing like a fire sorcerer, right? You could pair it with this. Just because you're both gonna do ignites, right? And they're probably gonna stack together. So you can have this as a tank and then have like a meteor or like a orb or like fireball, like a sorcerer to pair it with or something. And you have the aura that affects your entire team, which is really, really nice. I think this ability is gonna be like super OP when cooperative hits. Just because some of the stats this gives are not that great, right? But the thing is, everything it gives it to all your allies. Like you and your allies, and this shit can give so many protections, like ward on block. Can give attack speed to your entire party, like it's really insane. You and your allies get increased fire damage. It's really insane. So, did I hear what happened to DM Brandon? Yeah, I did. I mean, he probably has it deserved, right? So fuck him. This build is ridiculous. I literally made it today. I was like, what do I do? Because I don't really like the super tanky builds. Like I like to do damage, right? Like I'm like kind of like an ADC kind of like player in like MOBAs and stuff. But I looked at this note. Well, the note I just showed, this one, and this note gives you armor and elemental protections on block, but it's per each block. So if you have 100% block, every time you get hit, you just get 50 protections, right? Elemental and armor. So you can just see like they're hitting me and my armor just keeps getting higher. Pretty cool. Is there a way DM Brandon can recover from these accusations? Well, for those who don't know what we're talking about, DM Brandon is like it's a very, very big Smite streamer, and he's very famous for being basically an asshole and very toxic and so on. And just recently a lot of like people have come out about sexual accusations, and apparently he was using his position of power to like take advantage of people and so on. But these guys already had like pretty crazy scandals regarding like the community, not just like about sexual stuff, but just like abusing power. And he had a pretty big scandal where like one of his viewers like donated money to him, saying that thanks to his stream he didn't commit suicide and he was like being thankful or whatever. And the guy, like, instead of like say thank you, he went like on a complete run and called the guy like a piece of shit for saying those things, that suicide wasn't a thing to joke about or whatever. Quite a specimen, if you ask me. Quite a specimen. And well, he just got in trouble. And to be honest, I wonder. I mean, I don't even think the accusations can fuck him that much, because the people who defend him, they're still gonna defend him, you know. If they defended the suicide stuff, like why are they not gonna defend this? Like, which in my opinion is even less serious than that, if you ask me. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're both equally serious. But But at least the other thing was even less PR, if you ask me, right? For like brands or whatever. It got... I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Again, he's not gonna be allowed to play the game, right? He's famous for. So I don't know. He will probably need to change game, and that might kill him. I think that's what might kill his stream, right? Like the fact that he can't stream the game, not so much that he's done horrible stuff. I don't know, the internet is a weird place. Won't this build be bad in Super High Arena? I mean, not necessarily. I don't see why. Just because this build, the more enemies, I have a lot of like on hit effects that are AoE. So you can see when I hit like one enemy, like there's all these chain reactions, right? So later on, I'm actually gonna do more damage. At one point they will kill me. What point though? Because you know, the damage from here to wave 400 is gonna scale like, let's just say 5 times, right? Well, instead of taking 3 damage, I'll take 10 damage. Alright, you know what I mean? I mean, yes, it's not gonna be as good, of course, and it's gonna take a while. But again, the build is not done yet, right? Like, I'm not even level 100. I still... And these points are very important for damage. I can tell you, I don't know how much damage I'm gonna get from this. When this is done, I'll have an answer. But they should be able to push 300, because damage is never really the issue. If you can I recently did a podcast with one of the content creators, and we were basically talking about this. How do I make builds, and what do I think you should do if you want to make a good build? And for me, I think in many RPGs, the thought process is, okay, what skill I'm gonna use, right? How do I do damage? And I think in this game, it's the complete opposite. In this game, it's like, okay, I have my skill has some base damage, right? Okay, how do I stay alive? That is the first question, you know, after you know what skill you're gonna use, how do I stay alive? If you can achieve rank 1, won't work. Well, I'm rank 2 at the moment, so... And but I'm rank 1 Sentinel. I'm rank 1 with melee. The other 2 builds that are like ahead of me, which are the same dude, are range, so... Range is obviously way stronger than melee, just because... For example, if you were playing, if your build was a melee build with the type of equipment that you have, you wouldn't be able to push as high. But obviously, just by watching you play, I can see your pure experience with RPGs and just mechanics in general. You know how to kite, you know how to move. So that I think that's one of the main factors. You're doing pretty well in the arena, just because you have like you have pretty good base of skill just from playing other games that you were able to transfer to this game, right? Which is another thing what I like about this game. You can have a very bad build, but just because you're a good player and you know what to do, you can actually perform pretty well. Like, I guarantee you, like most people, when they play like Orb, they can't even get it to you know, 150. Just because they don't have like the... I don't know, I think in general, RPG players are not the most mechanical, right? Like normally, people who play RPGs are more like kind of like laid back, low APM kind of like players who just like sitting in the hub, talking in chat, trading, you know, and so I don't know. This game is a bit different than other RPGs in that sense, which I really like. Low APM, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Like the kind of guy who just plays like his pet build, right? And he just like scrolls Reddit while his pets like he'll clear the entire map. You know, and it's like, oh, this game, and in this game you actually have to juke and you actually have to play, right? So a lot of those kind of players, or they just play builds like the one I'm playing, right? Like builds like this. Like I don't really need to do much with this build, right? I'm just standing still, right? I feel like a lot of the times in RPGs, it's like about gear check and not so much skill check, right? Yeah, you've been playing games for a while. Yeah, I assume you're older than me, right? Since you have kids. I'm 28, so... You like to commit? Yeah, exactly. I can tell you're a grinder. 31. Oh, so you're a bit older than me. I'm 28. I saw you playing on your stream about Diablo 1. I played Diablo 1, but more grown up. Diablo 1 didn't cut me as a kid. I did play a shit ton of Diablo 2 though as a kid. Like, it was right there. Like, when Diablo 2 came out, I remember it perfectly. I got it, it was my, I think it was my 8-year-old present. Yeah, my parents, yeah, well, I don't know how I convinced them, okay? But they did give it to me. Actually, how old I was? 9? Maybe I was 9. No, it was, I didn't get Diablo 2 straight up. I got, it was already Lord of Destruction. So maybe I was like 10? Like 2001 maybe?
You have my approval.
Mao!
Lizard19 love.
Didn't you sub like 2 days ago? What? Well, thank you. Didn't you sub? Oh, I guess you like you had a gifted sub, right? And you like updated it or something? What? Okay, thank you very much, Mo. I don't know. Like, but I thanked you like a week ago. What is happening? Well, anyway, I just popped, so I hit it. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, Twitch is doing some weird stuff for me. The other day, it unfollowed me. I think it unfollowed. I don't know what channel it was. Some last Epoch channel that I followed for a while. I think it was Magic. Oh, I don't remember which one. But I got pretty pissed because I like collecting the. I might have to try. I highly recommend doing that. Just because even if you don't like them, just the leveling process and understanding. I think understanding the strengths of other classes will help you get better at whatever class you decide to main. The gear grind is so long. Yeah, but I mean, you don't need to grind that much, especially now if you're playing if you're not playing solo, if you're playing softcore. A lot of the stuff that you have on your sorcerer, you can just use with the other class, right? Till you get better stuff. It's not like you're gonna start from zero. If you just always keep. For example, on my stash, I have like low level equipment, right? For example, if I go to my stash, I would have like I don't know, like rings that are like super bad, right? Like this, and it's just like you can see it's nothing. It's just glancing blow, some intelligence, you know. So you can just use it to level up, and don't worry too much. And again, the gear grind, it's long, but you also gotta think that now because you have a character that can already make gold, right? Like your Zork, you can use that gold and use it on your next character, right? So the first one is always the hardest one to get going. I don't think I'm gonna play Mao. I don't think I'm gonna play. First of all, it sounds painful. Second of all, playing Lich makes me sad for nostalgia reasons. Second of all, Harvest fucking sucks. And third, I want to play the hardcore tournament, and it's this Monday, right, Mao? So I'm either gonna play one or the other. I'm not gonna do both because I'm just gonna there's no way I'm gonna do a fucking 72-hour tournament and then straight up I'm gonna do like another. Because if I do the tournament, I want to try hard, you know. I don't want to be like, you know, I play like very hard 2 days and then I don't like. It just feels very. What's the point, right? And I already have like Lich stuff on my. I don't think I can learn anything from the tournament basically because I played so much Lich. But for example, with the Zork, or for example, if it was a Shaman tournament, like I 100% played just because I never played Shaman, right? And I can always transfer my character to, you know, to softcore when I'm done, just so I can have a Shaman. But dude, if I'm gonna play hardcore for like a week, and I'm actually gonna try to win. I'm not gonna be like pushing out or, you know, like not taking it serious the last day or whatever, like I did last weekend. Because to be honest, last weekend you guys were pretty cheeky. Because I thought no one was gonna play, because it was so fucking dead last weekend, the tournament, right? 2000. Well, I said 200. Okay, let's not get crazy. Like I was on Sunday and no one was playing, and I was lagging so much. I said two. Okay, 2000 then. But like I was checking the ladder, no one was playing, and then I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go to bed. And if anything, tomorrow I play a bit. I woke up and there was like a half an hour left on the tournament, because obviously my sleep schedule is magnificent, right? And
You have my approval.
oh shit.
Hardro, yes, baby. That's it, harder. No, ouch, not that hard. No, wrong hole. Get out. Yummy, that tastes good. So good. You might be thinking him disgusting with your dirty minds, but him talking about baking buns using an oven.
Of course. Thanks, Dextrose. 18 months, dude. Hey, the game is on sale, Dextrose. You might want to get it. I'm pretty sure it's on sale on Steam. You might want to... How many pennies? I have no idea how much is it on sale for. But I guess it's gonna be... I can check for you if you want. It's definitely worth it. You're gonna love it. Save 25%. So I guess it's gonna be like, what, 29? Oh, 22 euros. That's actually pretty good, dude. 22 euros. That's pretty good. It was 35, right? So... Wait, you got hacked? Wait, what? Are you trolling me? I mean, Dextrose. Assuming the websites you normally visit, okay? Knowing you a bit. You could have seen that coming, okay? Well, that sucks to hear, though. Are there any similars? I would say Meteor, dude. Meteor is based on what you're doing. I feel like why just do Meteor? It's better. It does more damage. You can scale it better. It's a bit messy, the visuals, so it's hard to see. And Meteor can definitely push high. What about Fireball? What about Fireball? I can show you Fireball if you want. Show me? Okay, let me see. Well, my game is exploding now. Frozen Orb? He is playing Orb. 3 FPS? Yeah, I don't know what is happening this patch. Okay, let me see if I found the build for you. I don't know if I played it very long ago. Actually, I played it last weekend, right? So we should be able to find it. Did I stream the... Did I stream the... I don't think I streamed that tournament. Did I stream? Okay, let me search for you. Oh fuck, that's not what I wanted. Let me search it for you. Hola. What is this? Is this the... Is this Fireball? Yeah, this is Fireball. Nice. Okay, this is Fireball. Okay. So you don't need to. You could just use Orb with this if you wanted. But this is Fireball, and basically what you do is you get the homing, and you get the explosions. And you, I did this on a character with no gear. Like it's like it was one of those tournaments. So this character is like 1 day old on a solo account. So you can take like a bit. And I did, how many waves I did, Mao? Like 260 or something in a weekend with the character. And I think I didn't play the last day. And it can definitely do more because Foe did like 300. Let me see if I found Arena for you. Yeah, this is Arena. So, okay, we're at wave what? So I'll show you kind of like wave 150 so you can get an idea. Oh, there's more waves. Oh, I died. Oh, I remember that death. Well, I'll just show you this then so you can get an idea. So it's the Kairi playstyle that you like, but basically the projectiles are homing, so you don't gotta get close like you do with... And I was just using Meteor to buff my spell because you get fire damage. And it's kind of similar to what you're doing in terms of playstyle, right? But obviously you have range and you can make these fireballs. It also looks very cool, which, I mean, it's nice that it looks cool. And basically these fireballs, you can see like they're like chase the objective, right? You kind of have to aim it and they like will follow. And basically what they do, yeah, and you can just replace Meteor for Black Hole if you want. And basically how it works is that you need to do a very specific... There is only one way pretty much to get the skill path of Fireball properly though, unfortunately. Fireball is good, but you have to kind of like use this... There's only one way to build it right now to make it like this good, I would say. But I can help you a bit if you want with that. And basically what it does is you throw a bunch of fireballs at the same time. And if you hit an enemy 3 times with the same fireball, with a different... You hit an enemy 3 times with a fireball, it makes like a big explosion. So basically the fireballs are like single target, and if you hit a lot of enemies 3 times, they create like a bigger explosion, and it's the one that is actually doing the damage. You're gonna see. I'll slow it down so you can understand exactly, because I don't know how well I'm explaining myself. But you can see you throw, there's like a bunch of fireballs that go in a line, and they can go through all enemies. So you can see they go through, but the fireball is hitting for, the small fireballs are hitting for like 600. And this big explosion is the thing that hits for 2.4. And you can get it to hit for like 5k with like good gear, right? You can see it's like 400, right there. And then you have the 2k hit, which is the one that you're gonna go for. And obviously if you use Black Hole, you can see like 400, 2000. You see there the big explosion? I'll try it tonight. Yeah, I highly recommend. It's very fun to play, very kiting. You have range. It's super safe. And again, if you get slow and you get chill, right now with my character, I have slow and I have chill. So maybe I can find a segment where you can see the strength. I'm just like one-shotting everything, so it's kind of hard to see. But basically, when I hit enemies, you can see they're gonna have a very hard time getting to me. You see how slow that guy was? Look at this guy. You see like how slow he was moving there in the last section? Yeah, but I mean, you don't need it, right? It's giving you like 50 damage. And so that will help you a lot versus like wolves and stuff like that. And I was watching your gameplay a bit, and the only thing you gotta... At the beginning it doesn't matter, but the only thing you gotta do is you gotta be very careful with Flame Ward. Because Flame Ward gives you damage, right? So you can either use it for damage or for oh shit moment, right? So you're gonna see that I will only use this if I'm gonna burst something very quick, or if I'm in danger, and I will never be out of Flame Ward, ever. Like, it's very important that you learn to always have Flame Ward up. You can see I use Flame Ward very fast, right? Here to get the burst damage. And now that I don't have Flame Ward, I should move. Well, I'm doing it wrong, but I have Flame Ward for the next group. That's the important part. If I didn't have Flame Ward there, I would have died, right? You gotta always make sure that before you kill the wave, you have at least 1 charge of Flame Ward, in case you spawn something that just goes at you and you didn't have time, right? So it's all about always try to play with... And again, if you have the 3 charges, which I didn't get this tournament because I didn't find it, it's gonna be way easier. And a lot of people use this that I'm using. You can get this node in Flame Ward that gives you the fire aura, and people use this because that way you know when Flame Ward is up. So when this thing is up, I have the damage mitigation of Flame Ward. And if this thing is not up, it means I'm taking the full damage. So you can use this kind of like to keep track of when you need to get the fuck out and when you can actually face tank a bit. Is the damn cursor can't lock to screen? Yeah, I know, it's horrible. I play on 2 screens and all the time I press outside. So yeah, it's pretty horrible. I'm all the time pressing on outside of my screen and I just get stuck. It's way easier with melee builds, because with melee builds you're never pressing at the corners, right? Because you're always like just staying in place kind of thing. But with range builds, it can get pretty tricky indeed. Hopefully they implement the full screen soon, because it's a bit annoying. And to be honest, I could have pushed way more here. I'm pretty sure I die because there's a fire golem that has enrage, which is super OP. I don't know how I died. But again, it's kind of like the playstyle you like, you know, with the kiting. You can use you can use black hole if you like it. You can use snap freeze. You could use meteor. You can use whatever you want. I remember exactly what happens. I dash in now to get out of here, I'm pretty sure, and he bugs and he attacks me. I'm pretty sure I die because he bugs. Doesn't? Maybe not. He's not the one that kills me, I guess. That's another death. How did I die? I'm actually curious now. I'm pretty sure this guy kills me, right? Let's see, how did I... Oh no, I got... This is what I told you, okay? How do I pronounce your name, by the way? Venus? Can I just call you Venus, or...? This is what I mentioned about enemies hitting very hard. This enemy just turns to have crit. Bean? Okay. Look at this very slowly, because this was a pretty unlucky death. But it happens, so... And again, I had Flame Ward here, so it's my mistake. I should have Flame Ward here, but I didn't respect this enemy. 829, one hit. Just like that, because I got crit. I got one shot. Look at my face. So yeah, you have this one. This build is pretty fun. That's the small projectiles? Yep. It hit me for 800. The golem that kills me out of animation? No, I let him discover those on his own. I died to that today, by the way. The previous run I did with this off stream, I died to that. But basically the golems, if they have a modifier called Enrage or Attack Speed, they're basically, they're new enemies, these like big golem guys with the bazooka. And basically their animations are not like ready to like... They are not synced to some of them attack speed modifiers that mobs can get randomly. So if they don't get those modifiers, they're very easy because they're very easy to read. But if they get those modifiers, the animations and the damage don't sync up. So you're taking damage, but while you're not seeing the attacks. So if you're like on a good run and you make sure you always keep track that they don't have attack speed or enrage, because they will just like, and I mean, they're just completely bugged. Yeah, I don't understand. In my opinion, they should disable those modifiers for those mobs till they're fixed. I mean, I'm fine with them having the modifier if you can actually like, if they actually sync the abilities, right? But right now it's just like so retarded. Okay, the kids, hey, dude, enjoy, and I hope you have fun tonight with the game. Maybe I'll watch a bit if I'm not playing myself. Back later? Alright, I'll see you. Have fun with the family, and hope the kids make it easy. Because kids can be... I know how I was as a kid. I wasn't the nicest kid. Dude, if I had myself as a kid, holy fuck. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. But yeah, Mao is really stupid. The more health. I mean, I'm doing 1000 ignites, but still not enough. And mana strike 300. What is it? I mean, mana strike gets it's a bit, to be honest, if you play mana strike like I'm playing this, so you can just go full tank with block, you get mana strike, and you take all the nodes that make you take damage on flame ward. Sorry, on mana. You get very tanky. It's gonna take you a fucking. It's gonna take you. You're not gonna do very much damage, but you're not gonna die. With all the ward on hit and the damage to the flame ward and the damage taken to. There's a few fishy. Yeah, I did it, Mao. I spoke with the devs yesterday, and I told them who were 100%. I flagged a couple of accounts. For example, I flagged this guy also, but I guess he wasn't a cheater. It looks like a cheater to me, but maybe they just didn't check him. I also sent this guy because this build makes no sense. Ice Barrage. No teleport, Arcane Ascendance, Meteor, like what is this? Like 378. It's like I just don't see how. At least he has Flame Ward. I don't know, maybe Ice Barrage is like super broke. I've never played with Ice Barrage. I don't know. This looks pretty fake to me, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just missing something. But so this one I sent, but I said I don't know if this one's legit or not. But you might want to check it. Who is the other one? This guy? I know this guy. I've seen this guy before. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've seen this guy before. Where have I seen this guy? He has a Sentinel. Where is the Sentinel? Where is the Sentinel? Is it one of the banned Sentinels? Oh wait, no Leech. Oh, then it doesn't count. I stopped to get excited. Oh, there he is. Oh no, it's the spell. Where is he? Because I've seen this name before. Maybe he was this guy. I'm pretty sure this guy was the top Spellblade before, but he did it with Shatter Strike. And I'm pretty sure he just changed his spells. I don't think he actually pushed with this, because that's what the name is from. I'm pretty sure he pushed at the beginning of the, before they nerfed the idols, you know, the Warden, you know, that they nerfed them, the melee idols at the beginning of the patch, because people were still getting 30k ward. I'm pretty sure that's where he did it. I'm pretty sure this is just like what he's playing now, and he probably did a push, so it updated, but it's not his waves, I would say. I mean, maybe he's done it with Flame Ward. I mean, he's using Shatter Strike though, so it's just a Shatter Strike build. He's not using Mana Strike as a main ability. Is this the one you say? Because this is not. He's using this is the one I said, the one that was doing Shatter Strike. Is there another Spellblade? 24. I mean, I can already tell you this is fake. Like 100%. What is Arcane Ascendancy for? And what is Fire Shield for? It's literally the same abilities that the other like guy is using. Why? Maybe it has to do with something that the bots like to use these abilities, like when they cheat or something. Everything to buff Mana Strike. How do you buff Mana Strike with that? Like what does flame? What does fucking flame? It gives you like 5% ignite and 40% cold damage. Like, and what is Arcane Ascendancy for on a melee build? Like, I don't understand. And maybe it's some sort of like turret build. Yeah, but I mean 40% increased damage, not more damage. It's worse than having an idol like Mao. It doesn't do anything. A full skill for like something that you can get double in an idol. Like I don't know. It's 5 points in a passive. It looks pretty fake. Especially okay, we can do some research. Okay. So he has a lot of characters. Okay, so he has another one. Level 80 at wave 84 doing Ice Ward. And everything else seems pretty legit. So maybe there's something we're missing. Like oh, sorry, I'm not showing. Everything else seems pretty legit. Like all the other builds make sense to me. But I found weird that he could only push 260 with Dead Seal. But he pushed 300 with this thing. I have no idea. I just don't see what Arcane Ascendancy does here. I mean, I know you can get like I know with I think he's doing that. I'm pretty sure he's doing a tank build. So he's just super tanky. He's going Flame Ward with all the damage mitigation and the damage taken to mana. He's doing Mana Strike for the healing on mana. And maybe doesn't Arcane Ascendancy give you damage at cost of mana and damage mitigation or something? I'm pretty sure Arcane Ascendancy, right? Oh, come on. They're not in the wiki. 55% per second. It's not here, so I can't check it. I don't want to lock. We can after I'm done with this run, we can try. Oh, nice. Okay. Toggle to prevent movement. Mana drain increases 1% per second, and spells cost phenomenon to cast increase spell damage. Yo, I know that, and increase cast speed. But cast speed, you don't give a shit. Over time to surround Arcane Ascendance grants you. So, is Mana Strike even a spell? Because I don't think it's a spell. Is it a spell, Mana Strike? It's a melee attack. It's not even a spell, right? Exactly, like what? Maybe he's using it to be immortal. Let me check. Isn't it a way so Arcane Ascendancy gives you mana or something? Automatic cast Lightning Blast. This is how he's doing. This is how he's doing damage. This is how he's doing damage. I know that. You don't need to have it on your bar, Mao. That's the thing. That's the 5-hit, right? He doesn't have it on his bar. He's like he has it on his skill, but he doesn't have it on his bar. So he's hiding it, right? When you hit an enemy, it has to do this. It's a 2-second cooldown though. Lightning Blast uses its skill tree and you lose mana equal to Lightning Blast cost. This effect has 2 seconds. Now you have frequency, right? And you can have 3 points, so you cast it every second, right? Again, now has a 2-second cooldown and no longer drains mana. You can cast 4 spells and ends automatically. Definitely not this. Additional spells. You can cast more spells, yeah. Definitely not that. Something like that? I mean, I know you can get very tanky. I've seen this build, right? And all the other builds seem normal. That's why I'm curious. Like this account seems normal. Not that normal anymore. So he's a new player in theory. He definitely levels his accounts. And this definitely seems, I don't know, what is this though? 200 waves with Warpath Vengeance? I mean, I guess you can play 200 waves with whatever. Just with Echoes, right? No lunch. This is doable. This is doable. Yeah, exactly, Mao. I say that too. So maybe the guy is just like pretty skilled, right? So we can try. I'll try after we die. But I know that Boardman has recently. Oops. Boardman has recently. I always watch Boardman videos because you always get. I watch. By the way, this video is pretty good. I mean, I knew 99% of it, but it's pretty good. I've been doing his method of breaking items before he crafts, and I actually got pretty insane. It actually worked for me, Mao. Did it work for you? Because it actually worked for me. Crazy. You failed it the first time? Well, unlucky. Because it actually worked for me quite well. I made some crazy shit with it. I mean, eventually it fails, right? But I don't know. Maybe it's just an illusion. It feels good at least to do.
Hey everybody, it's Boardman21.
Maybe he's doing something like this.
Updating our Mana Strike, Mana Storm build from last patch. In this patch, there's several updates, including new affixes for the chest.
He's doing, right? He's doing, maybe he's not even using it, right? Maybe he's not using Arcane Ascendancy, and he's not using anything. Maybe he has these 2 skills off his bar, and he's just using.
And the
maybe he's just doing this.
We changed up what idols we're using, and we switched gear a little bit around.
Because he's not actually casting Mana Storm, right?
About getting ward, but not.
Can you cast it? Can you cast it manual, like automatically?
And of course have our dodge. Flame ward's going to be set up differently. We're just going to use it only when we need it. So during boss fights, when you take a hard hit, or if you're standing on poison over time for too long.
What is the Mana Storm for?
You can cast it.
It's getting static.
convert so much of the damage you're taking into mana that you'll be able to replenish your life and either get out of the fight or finish off the boss with
and
the
static
static
cast lightning blast.
We also have some lightning leech, so when you do get down to your health, you'll replenish your life.
Boardman is a mage,
quickly.
yeah, I know that, but I mean, you can do the same build on a that doesn't matter, right? Like the skills are the same.
So it's kind of low. But it does allow for you to get your life back rather decently quickly, especially if you have Flame Ward open. And we also have a lot of health converted to ward on potion use, so a potion will
go to the spells.
Static dust. Let's go ahead. Flame Ward, Mana Strike, speed, and 3 points.
Okay, this is the average setup that everyone uses.
For Flame Ward, we're using this purely for
you could just change this and get all the points here for the mana conversion and get an extra charge. So ignore this and get all that.
2 points in barrier for 16% less hit
damage. Just go super tanky.
Active, so fusion damage, so big percent on top.
I have a spell blade, so we can just test later.
Extra lightning require points to be up. For Mana Strike, the main skill and only skill you're really actually using,
let's see this.
We have 1 point in Ward Strike, 3 points in Arcanus Blade, 1 point in Mana Storm, 2 points in 3 points in Arcanus Blade.
Cast lightning at positive mana. Mana Strike additionally strikes enemies it hits with lightning, but you are not out of mana. Lightning costs 20 mana. Okay. So you just cast lightning.
1 point in Mana Storm, 2 points in Explosive.
I think cost less mana. Okay. No, that doesn't have a 2-second cooldown. That's every time.
Flurry.
The one that has a 2-second cooldown is the one on Arcane Ascendancy, Mao.
5 points in Swift Sap, 5 points in Rage Sap, and 3 points.
It was spell damage per enemy hit. Okay.
In Ruin Sap, and this 15% spell damage can stack.
This stacks. Okay, so this is how he does damage. Okay.
So you'll have a lot of.
So the damage is being done with the lightning and the lightning blast, right? I think these things, because that's a spell that is probably gonna scale with spell damage, right?
Extra spell damage because of it. For Enchant Weapon, we have 5 points in Celerity, 3 points in Fulminate, 3 points in Thundering, 1 point in Conduit.
What is Zap?
In Celerity, 3 points in Fulminate, 3 points.
I never used that part of. Active, use Zap and dealing lightning damage on hit. No fucking idea. I guess it's single target.
4 points in Thundering and 4 points in Concentration.
No idea.
And with Static, we have 5.
He's not using Enchant Weapon? Well, that sounds weird.
Points in Reverberation.
Okay, what is this ability? I don't even know what this does. What does this do? I don't even know what this ability does.
And with Static, we have 5 points in.
No, it can't. It can't, Mao. So maybe he's just not using it. To be honest, it didn't look that great. It was just the attack speed, really, right? That's it.
Reverberation.
Charge on melee hit. Your next melee attack grants charges on hit.
3 points in Fulminating Blows, 1 point in Overload, 5 points in Diode, 1 point in Unlimited Power.
Overload, cast Lightning Blast. Hey, I think he's doing that. I don't think you need this on your bar.
Points in Overcharge, with the last one being in Empower. So the way this works is Static will gain charges either as you move, as you get hit, or you get +6 on a melee hit, and since you're hitting all the time, you're constantly.
I'm pretty sure you don't need it on your bar.
From both you doing hits and getting hit. When that's said and done, it'll automatically cast Lightning Blast for you whenever you're over 80 charges automatically. So that in itself will then proc lightning.
So he gets Lightning Blast from this, the lightning things from that, and then more lightning from Arcane Ascendancy. And he has, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have Lightning Blast and this thing, Spect, but he's using the other two abilities in his bar just as a 1-point wonder. I don't know, like.
Lightning will do what lightning does best.
Just to get the extra spell. I mean, you get 100% spell damage just for activating Arcane Ascendancy with a 1 point, right? So that's actually not bad. You're getting 100% damage just for standing still and pressing one button. Like, and you don't need to put this. So this is actually this sounds horrible to play, but it could actually work. I could see this working.
chain
right?
to the same enemy over and over again, have a chance to
Kind
double
of.
cast, give you
300 though.
engages, and all of that will be done automatically while all you're doing is using Mana Strike. Mana Strike has Mana Storm, which thinks with enemies with
Okay,
5 points
let's
in
finish or run, and then we can test this properly. I think, because this sounds pretty good. Because if this dude is pushing 300, I just don't see how he can survive 300 waves. I mean, I think it's with Flame Ward, right? Flame Ward, just get good gear for defenses. With Orion's Eye and just go full prots, right? And then get mana, right? And you just get the 60% damage taken, 60% damage taken to mana, and then all the other stuff you just mitigate, right? And then you have Flame Ward on top of that. I can see it surviving. Because, I mean, you can survive with Sork, right? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. We're definitely gonna test it, right? So... We're definitely gonna test. And you get Lightning Aegis, also Mao. Think about it, because you get Lightning Aegis from Lightning Blast. That's another 25% damage mitigation. I completely forgot about Lightning Aegis. Right? So he's end up having... I think he's gonna have so much damage mitigation. And I assume he's running a... I wonder if it's going block. Because can you do something crazy? Isn't he going Ice Block or something that we see on the ladder? Also? Can you do some crazy block thing with Spellblade? Dude, I've never actually... I know about it, but I never actually tried. But I know there's some block mechanics, right? I'm pretty sure you can get like 100% block on Spellblade. I'm like 100% sure you can do it. I don't know how, but I know you can do it. Okay, let me check again. Is he playing with those spells or not? I go to my history. Because I'm pretty sure he was doing because maybe he changed his spell, right? Yeah, he is using this spell, just not in his top build. Ice Ward. What does Ice Ward do? Dude, I mean, we should actually check this one once I'm done. But I'm actually so intrigued now, Mao, that I kind of want to die just to do it. But, I mean, we will die soon, so it's fine. He's a Zork? Is he? No. He's a Spellblade. Wait, what?
Arcane Current, 5 points in.
Oh, he is a Zork. Ah, that's why he's not using it on Zork and he's using it on Spellblade. On his Spellblade he's doing it though. Huh. Well, we can test both, I guess. Right? Yeah, Boardman is a Spellblade. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because he doesn't really give a shit about mana. He's just using Mana Strike for the mana to survive. He's not using Mana Strike to do damage. He wants to scale lightning damage only, right? So it makes sense. He probably puts a bit of points in Spellblade just to get the attack speed, right? Just so he can proc. He probably just builds the attack speed on... He probably just uses a very fast one-hand weapon with no damage. Probably like a, you know, like a Naginata with increased attack speed or something, right? And you just get your damage from idols. Or... I wonder what... I'm pretty sure you can use a Scepter, right? Doesn't Scepters add lightning damage? They have a... Yeah, if you use a Scepter, you will. Because I'm pretty sure Scepters can add... Like a lot of... Scepter is low? No, not if you add increased attack speed. Right? Just get a tier 5 attack speed on the bad boy. And that will make it fast. And attack speed on the gloves? You should be okay. Can you get attack speed on a wand? Mao. I never remember this. You can, right? You can't. On a wand. Or on a staff. It's not like you really need the adaptive spell damage, honestly. Not on one, no. Yeah, exactly, not on one. But and on staff, neither, right? You can't on staff, neither. We'll go back to Boardman's video. We'll go to Boardman, see what he's doing. Maybe you don't need more attack speed. Maybe your attack speed is crazy already with you know, with Mana Strike alone. Or maybe he's just fucking cheating, you know? That could also be a possibility. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of these cheaters are just talking to each other, you know? Because suddenly there was one cheater and then suddenly there was like 30, right? So... it just seems like a very advanced build for someone who I've never seen before, right? Like, if he's doing everything that we're saying, how the fuck has he came up with that? Because, like, I mean, obviously, like, I played a lot, right? So it was, like, I can look at spells and I can make this, like, theory, but if this guy has made this theory as a new player, it's pretty impressive. I'm gonna go for food. I'll be back for the test. Alright, I'll test for sure. I'll see you, Mao. I'm fucking immortal. This build is actually, I'm pretty proud of this one actually. I'm literally, instead of losing HP, I'm gaining worth. So tanky. Nice. Well, the FPS not turning as well. The 2 FPS gameplay, boys. At least Eye of Rin had like 130 stacks. Too many effects for the build to handle. Damn, it's kind of crazy though, I don't take damage. No time to have 2 FPS. Nice. This build is actually pretty funny. We're like immortal. We burn them. I wonder what will kill us. I mean, we can die to Death Screech. I don't think I can die to Wisps, which is like super nice. We can die to Lack, obviously. I can see us doing 300. Holy shit. I'm having such an idea for the Vengeance. I want to try a Vengeance one hunt with this. And I think it might be better. It might push even higher than the 200 that I have right now. I'm immortal, dude. And we're not even level 100, we're like level 80 at wave 200, like it's nothing. Holy shit. Who's spitting the venom? There it is. Well, we're fucking immortal, boys. Oh look, this is the lizard guy. Yeah, it's that guy who doesn't shut up. I love Twitch chat talking. I love helping new players too. And they see they are passionate about the game. What do you think about what do you think about this new build? It's called the Immortal build. How much damage I take from this? 80. Okay. Pretty nice. Poison. Like the dots is the only problem really. Everything else I feel like so strong. What does he have? The beetle? High cold damage briefly gains damage when hit. So this guy is really hard. Holy, right. And he still can't kill us, so at least not yet. Grab some potions. Well, that guy was literally the worst you can get in terms of like modifiers, and it was still pretty alright. Seems immortal to me. Good build. Pretty immortal. And again, we're like not even level 90, and we're level 80 something. This guy should be much easier. The problem is the dots. I just need more elemental prots, and we're gonna be fine. And rage. It's pretty annoying actually. These are some hard enemies though. Hitting me. Ah, they're friendsing each other. I was like, what the fuck is happening? The briefly gains damage when hit. Kind of a problem because we're hitting so much that we make them have so much damage. Gotta tell people I'm sleeping. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I'm very tired, boys. You know. Just wanna chill. Alright, this one was pretty hard. But I think it's just because of the enemy types. Once I get heal on block on my shield, I'm gonna be immortal because I don't even have a good shield. If I get a good shield with heal on block, which I'm at 90% block, and all of these blocks heal me, like I don't see how you die. At least not till you're like super high waves. Like I don't know, like fucking 400 or something. I think right now we should be able to do 300, but we could also die depending on the RNG and how we play. Like we're not just because the gear is kind of like limiting us a bit of how much we can face tank. And we need the levels to do the damage, because right now the area, you can see, is level 100 on the top of the map, but we're only level 89. So we're basically super under, like we shouldn't even be here in the first place, right? Because we're like, the area level is super high. For us. The AoE damage is completely fine. The problem is the single target. Because I have a lot of the damage I do is because of the explosions I get. So I do more damage the more enemies are together on the screen. And if the enemies... Okay... Oh, there is... Your build is similar to this. Which one? Are you going Paladin? Or... Because I'm going Paladin myself. For the... Just to test, honestly. Just because I think Paladin is better for Ignite. Or are you going Forge Guard? You could do a version of Forge Guard of this. It will probably be tankier, maybe, but it won't be. You won't go Ignite. I would go hit damage, like crit Forge Guard. Okay, like I'm like healing. Look at my armor. I have 15k armor, boys. You have a Forge Guard and a Paladin? Yeah. I just wanted to level my Paladin because it wasn't level 100, so I thought I'm gonna make a new build. I did some testing. I thought this could be good. You gotta be careful with those guys because they don't do hit damages. They do dots. The blue guys that attacked me, these things on the floor. So basically, you won't block it and you won't dodge it, and it won't be affected by glancing blow. So they're pretty dangerous. And anything that is a dot is very dangerous, just because it's a dot by default, you know. Just use Vengeance on everything? Yeah, I love Vengeance too. So fun. Such a complete skill. Can do everything. I hope they don't change Vengeance. And I'd rather have them buff stuff over Vengeance. You know, give other abilities also some damage mitigation somewhere. Because I feel like I don't want to see them just like, for example, nerf Vengeance, right? Because Vengeance is actually the funny, like, the pretty much the main reason why Sentinel is fun to play. So I think they just should buff other stuff rather than making Vengeance, you know, nerfing Vengeance. Like, if they nerf Vengeance, like, what do I do? Nothing is fun. It's not even about the power, it's just about that it's very fun, right? To play. I like the playstyle. It reminds me a lot of playing Smite in Diablo 2. It's like the same kind of playstyle, right? Like you bum 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 bum, and then you slowly kill everything, but you're super tanky. It reminds me a lot of Paladin Smite on Diablo 2. Like a boss killer, you know, with a one-trick pony. It's fine. But it's also good to have a backup champion, you know, just in case you get banned. Your champion gets banned or enemy picks your champion. You gotta have a backup plan. Look, I just get healed. Well, I dash into enemies and I get healed. I'm immortal, dude. This is great. The backup is more vengeance, true. The only reason I'm doing this build is because maybe they nerf hit damage or something, or crits. So this is like the alternative, right? Because obviously Turbo Vengeance uses crits and hit damage. I mean, we do so much damage. Okay, let's see how we do versus Wisps. We can actually just... Can we face tank Wisps? We can actually face tank Wisps. I'm not doing anything. I'm just not even moving. Wow, that is really impressive. I cannot do that with my other build, with my Turbo Vengeance. I can't do that. Not with the Turbo Vengeance. And not at this wave. Like, this is wave 230 already. Well, maybe at this wave, yes, but I feel like I didn't take damage at all. And there was a lot of Wisps. It's just because block really fucks the Wisps, looks like. I think there's something weird with Wisp damage anyway. Like, they have hidden modifiers that I don't know about. I'm gonna test this, by the way. Because every time I cast Sigils, I heal myself. And that it's 10%... I don't know if it shows if I have it or not. I wish it showed. Because I don't know if... maybe it has a visual indicator or something? And look at my stacks of Iron Ring. 150. My Eye of Ring fucking giving me crazy stats. Look at my worth just going up. I mean, I'm literally immortal. And the best part is we still have a lot of damage to get. My remaining points are all like damage. We're actually gonna get a lot of damage with the next points, like the last 7 points. Be careful with the tigers. I don't even know, like... Fuck. You've been playing PoE recently. Have you played it before, or is it your first time, or liking? I think it's your first time, right? It's your first league. I don't know, I like PoE, I think it's a good game, but I just don't like the combat, man. Which is a shame. Well, I also don't like FPS drops in this game, but I'm pretty sure PoE has the same problem. If you go too crazy with the build, like the FPS just like goes crazy. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, Lucas? Good to see you, man. ¿Cómo estás? How are you, Lucas? The FPS, man. Se me está cayendo el pelo, tío, Turquía. Turquía fácil, ¿no? Come on, man. Tío, no te yo me iría, cuando... O me lo haría aquí en Madrid, pero... Si te raya tanto... Sí, cabrón, pero lo haces ahora y te olvidas. Porque cuanto más tardes, si se te va cayendo, Lucas, cuanto más tardes, peor te va a quedar. ¿Sabes? Mejor que te lo hagan ahora y que tienen de dónde coger bien y te pueden hacer la forma tuya natural, ¿sabes? Que no que estés ahí medio calvo y... Te lo haces una vez y te olvidas, tío. Well, you can't have it all, Lucas. Gorrita, tío. La buena gorra. En plan, boinita sofisticada. I'm just talking with Lucas. He's long time friend. Exactly, dude. Just wear a wig. It's a PC. He wants to do like the hair transplant thing. So I'm just telling him that he should do it. Why not? If you have the money, why not? Sexy language? It's alright. I love this dude. Gonna pass that request to Lizard. The money request. Yeah, I don't know about that. Pero sí que tienes dinero, ¿no, Lucas, cabrón? You have money, Lucas. You work so fucking hard. You must have money. If I can have it for free, I will take it. Ah. Smart guy, huh? Have you seen, Lucas, what has happened to DM Brandon in Smite? Lo han baneado. He's banned because sexual harassment at the Smite conventions and so on. Apparently he... I don't know, he tried to like... rape lad or something, many like girls streamers and shit like that. I don't know, and men too, like boys and girls both. He didn't have filter. No, he tried, or he sexually abused like a lot of people or something. I don't know exactly all the details, but I know he had sex and kissed with people that didn't necessarily want to have sex with him. And you lol? It's not something to lol about, it's very serious. To be honest, it doesn't surprise me coming from him. This is that type of dude, I think, that would power trip, taking advantage of his position and so on. And the worst part is like he was married or something, so it's like during all of this, which is even worse. Because I understand if you're like, I can kind of understand if you're young, single, and you're getting a bit of power trip and you cross the line, like it's very bad, right? But you can but if you're like a fucking grown-ass man and you're just doing it super like consciously and willingly, it's just like, ugh. Yeah, that's true, but I mean that's different, right? Because that's the girls want to be with the streamers, right? So it's a bit different. And when the girl doesn't want to be with the streamer, but the streamer forces her, like that's a bit different. I don't think I would have like, I would like that in the first place. Like if I don't feel a girl is into me, it's kind of pointless, right? Like the main point of being with someone is that you feel like desired. Need feedback from. Okay, Lucas. It's the corona, man. Dude, why are we immune, dude? Mine doesn't. Anyway, it's alright. You can always use your hands, you know, your mouth, your feet, even if you get creative, right? So. Exactly. Dude, why are we immune to damage? Are we gonna get rank 1 Paladin, boys? Use HP regen or leech? None. I don't use HP regen or leech. I'm healing with Vengeance. I cast Vengeance so fast. I'm healing 25 HP per Vengeance, so you don't need leech. 1 second, Lucas, I'll wait. And then I have some healing on my abilities, right? Like Sigils heals you when you cast it, and some other like Paladin healing shit. And I'm not leeching. And he insta transferred the money. Oh really? Maybe he forgot. So he was like, oh shit, I forgot, and he just transferred, you know, Lucas. Maybe he just forgot. With all the corona, like people are very. I assume it's kind of hard to lose focus. Well, I was thinking maybe I'm taking a bit too much poison damage here. Pretty good. I should have kite, but it's fine.